Dragon Age 2 demo is live and it's fucking amazing. I played for both the PS3 and Xbox 360. I will discuss the differences later, but I have to get this out the way. This needs to be said. For those who are turned off by Dragon Age 1 because it really played like a PC game, EA has done it. They took Dragon Age 1, all its flaws, and rectified all that shit in Dragon Age 2. Now I love Dragon Age 1. I put over 500 hours to that game. I beat that game countless times. I also did the same for Demon's Souls. It was one of those few games that I really had to keep beating over and over. From the different types of weapons you can use, through the overpowered mage's magic, to playing as a tank, to playing as an archer, to the amazing fucking story, to the crazy blood, to the fun voice acting and interesting characters. Dragon Age was the complete package for me as a gamer. It had everything I wanted. All it really lacked was good graphics, and it had control issues. You see, what it is with Dragon Age, and I can easily, I can openly say this, unlike some console fucking fanboys, Dragon Age is the kind of game that's better off being played on a PC because it was built to be played with a mouse and keyboard. I had the luxury of playing Dragon Age 1 on a PC, and I said to myself, whoa, this is really nice, it's comfortable, I can actually plan attacks out. You see, there was one thing that was annoying in Dragon Age on a console is playing as a mage. If you wanted to play very strategically as a mage or specific other classes like rogue and shit, they had a lot of abilities that required you to freeze the game and plan shit out. Now, while you can actually do this on the console, it was hard because targeting shit was annoying because you had to play with a controller. When you have the ability to play an RPG on a PC with a mouse, it's 10 fucking times easier. Playing RPGs that, like, it's the kind of game where you press you press A, your character goes up to an enemy and they start fighting. They start duking it out. So when you play on a console, playing as a warrior was the most commonly done thing because it was the most simplistic way to play. You didn't have to do much. But when you play on a PC, where you can freeze the game and plan shit out, and you had the mouse and keyboard, you can type commands or you can highlight shit with your mouse, you can pull off so much crazy shit. Like, there were a lot of abilities for the mage, such as controlling other enemies or putting enemies to sleep and doing all this other shit that you wouldn't bother doing with a controller because it was just so tedious. Targeting shit. This has all been rectified. Dragon Age 2, what EA is doing with this game, is they're taking a different approach. Dragon Age 2 will play differently from PSC to 360 to PS3. The PS3 and 360 version will play like hack and slash games, while the PC version will play like a traditional RPG on a PC. So, the game will remain the strategy game that Dragon Age 1 was on the PC, while the developers made sure that the console players, we have a much more smoother experience because we're using a controller. When you play the demo, your mind will be blown. You're going to feel like you're playing a very violent Dynasty Warriors. You're going to go up to enemies now. You can't just press A and your character goes up to them. Your character doesn't do shit. You have full control of your character, full control of your camera. When you go up to an enemy, you have to repeatedly press A constantly to keep attacking. Repeatedly. You can't stop. What's nice about it is they made such improvements to the classes. There's Warrior, Rogue, and Mage. And you can only be a human, sadly, in Dragon Age 2. I wanted to be an elf. I like elves. But you can only be a human, male or female. You can fully customize their appearance and voice, all that shit in the final version. But in the demo, all you can be is a rogue, a warrior, and a mage. And there's subclasses within these classes. Like a warrior can be a tank, whatever. A rogue can be an archer and whatnot. A mage can be, a black mage or a white mage, however you want to do it. It can be a debuffer, a buffer, and shit like that. If you're into that kind of shit, you understand what I'm talking about. If you're not, you're looking like I'm retarded, well, go figure it out. Because this is nerd talk right here. But when he plays a mage in Dragon Age 2, it's so nice. And he plays a rogue, it's so nice. He plays a warrior, it feels very smooth. Go to enemies, you keep pressing A to attack. You press these other 3 face buttons to initiate other attacks. You have full control of your characters, use the bumpers to switch between characters. And all this is done seamlessly, flawlessly, no skipping, no starting, none of that shit. It's really on the fly. You're gonna feel very comfortable playing this game. You can play this game like it's Dynasty Warriors and with RPG mechanics. Unlike with Dragon Age 1, you have to really monitor health and shit. This game is more in your face, more action orientated, for the consoles, just specifically for the consoles. You see, their idea is you're playing a game like Dragon Age, like real strong RPGs. They felt that you're kind of gimped having to use a controller. So they modified the game specifically for the PS3 and 360 versions only. So when you're playing the game, you feel like you're playing an action game with RPG mechanics. As with the PC version will remain the RPG that they want. This is very good. Don't think that they're gimping the game. It really works. It makes it more fun. I played the demo over 10 times already. It does not get boring. It's very, you get into it. Like, I'm playing the demo thinking like, I keep trying to simplify the game. They simplified the game. No, they made the game better. I mean, I'm sitting like this, motherfucker, bitch. Yeah, I'm going nuts. Like, it's fun. In the demo, when you get to play as a warrior, you're given the option to switch to a shield and sword. And then when you're playing as a rogue, you're given the option to play as a ranger instead. And when you're playing as a mage, you just kind of build up your character in general. The demo is actually pretty lengthy for a demo. You're going to go through the beginning, then it's going to skip to like the middle of the game, and you're going to get to play as when you're somewhat powered up and shit. The animations, the combat, very, very smooth, very in your face, crazy. Like, I can't explain it too well. You got to play the demo. And it's just great. Like, playing as a mage, I never played a game where a mage felt badass. Your fucking staff is a blade at the end of it. When enemies get close to you, instead of shooting little things at them, your character's fucking knocking them out with the fucking blade and shit. When you're playing as an archer who's still remains overpowered as fuck, enemies get close to you, he turns to a fucking acrobat, flipping all over the fucking place with his swords and shit. When you're playing as a rogue, at the press of a button, your character will just disappear on the screen and backstab the enemy. It's great. You can backflip in the game, do all types of crazy shit now. The game's graphics still kind of remain kind of weak. Hence, that was one of the reasons I gave Dragon Age 1 a lower score than I wanted to. I have to be fair. The graphics engine is still there. It has minor improvements, like the face look better, the shading and lighting look better, but the environments still kind of suck. And they took things from Mass Effect 2. Remember the fucking conversation wheel? We had a good guy answer, bad guy answer. Now there's a good guy answer, a sarcastic answer, and a bad guy answer. Also, your main character talks a lot now. That's really cool. So your main character actually has a fucking soul. Unlike Dragon Age 1, your main character stood there like this. It's a lot of little improvements that equal one big improvement. The biggest improvement is a very noticeable change in the game's control mechanic. The battle system is very fun. I cannot fucking wait for March 8th. This is going to be great. I can tell when I view this game, when I play it, I'm going to have a gigantic fucking smile on my face. I played this game I played the demo so many fucking times already. I'm going to play it again. It's that fun. I love it. Mage is overpowered as fuck. Warrior is a standing fucking tank. Rogue flips all over the fucking place. It's great. Like, it's just so damn awesome. When it comes to the PC version versus the 360 version, I have a couple negative things to say. It kind of sucks. I hate the fact that the developers claimed that all three versions will be equal. That's not the case. The PS3 version, just like Dragon Age 1, I played both versions. The PS3 version, I noticed, looked sharper. I noticed had stronger lighting. I also noticed it had a lot of hiccups and stuttering. In the middle of combat, the game would freeze very often and continue. And then when it comes to the loading screen, I noticed that the loading bar would stop, then continue, and stop and continue like the game was stuttering. I noticed that. Combat, the frame rate would drop on the PS3 version. When I played the 360 version, I noticed that the graphics were slightly not as attractive as they were on the PS3 version, but the game was smoother. This is important. People don't seem to understand this. A lot of gamers are willing to sacrifice some graphical appearance for performance. When you're playing a game, I want performance. I want smooth gameplay. Why do you think the Call of Duty franchise is so popular? Yeah, we get it. Call of Duty doesn't look good at all compared to Killzone. I mean, not the Killzone. Okay, you know what? Yeah, let's say Killzone 2. Killzone 2 and 3 online. I'll be honest, there are instances in Killzone 2 and 3 online where the frame rate might kind of slow down and shit. And then you play games like Call of Duty where the graphics aren't that good, but in return, the performance of Call of Duty games are very smooth. That's what gamers want. A large majority of gamers want smoothness. And that's what happens when Dragon Age 1 and 2 compare to 360 and PS3 version. You can play the PS3 version, get a better looking game, but weaker performance. Play the 360 game, get a very slightly less appealing looking game, but a smoother experience. So I'm guiding the 360 version. There's no discussion. I want a smooth as butter experience. I don't want stuttering. I don't want hiccups. I don't want my sound audio to go on and off. I want a smooth, buttery experience. 360 version all the way. If you got a high-end PC, get the high-end PC version. But when it comes to the console, get the 360 version. And in a sense, this might sound weird. I actually wanted to get in on PS3 this time around. I want to give my PS3 more attention, but after playing both the demos, it's very obvious that the version to go with is the 360. If you don't fucking believe me, you think I'm talking on my ass, and you have both a PS3 and 360, download both the demos, and then come talk shit to me. Because then you're going to be like, oh my god, the PS3 version sucks. But yeah, that's my little video for Dragon Age 2 demo. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I come off as a Dragon Age fanboy, because I kind of am. I really love the fucking game. I cannot wait. Hack and slash glory with RPG mechanics. Yes! Good job. March 8th, look out for Dragon Age 2, and catch you guys in my next video. This will be the third one for the day. This is my second video. The third video will be my Killzone 3 review. So yeah, let's get this on, man. Killzone 3, fucking review. Killzone 3. You know what time it is. It's gonna be a really, really, really interesting review. I even played with the fucking move. Can you believe? Just for the sake of the review, I played with these fucking things. Alright, this glowing dildo thing. Alright? I must say, like, I was very surprised. It worked. It worked.